Welcome to In Depth. They're often unsung heroes, often overlooked and kind of blend into our society. They are foster parents, and the need for people to foster is critical more than ever in the tri-state. Now consider this statement. Lead the efforts in which every foster family attains the rights to clothing, hygiene, development, and a loving support system. That is the mission statement of Borrowed Hearts Foundation in Evansville. And joining me tonight are Amanda Hughes, the president of Borrowed Hearts, and Katie Keister, a secretary at Borrowed Hearts, and they are both foster parents. First, foster parent, it has such a loose definition, so many definitions, but bottom line, what do you have to be able to do to become a foster parent? I'll give that to you first, Katie.
Yeah, to become a foster parent, you have to go through multiple interviews. You have to keep at least 12 to 15 hours a year training, and that's 7 in person, and others can be reading a book, watching a movie, doing things like that. You have to pass a home inspection as well and show that you have a family support system to back you up.
And basically, why did you become a foster parent, Amanda?
Yeah, my husband Andrew and I have been fostering. We're going into our 4th year. We have brought newborns home from the hospital. We've fostered teenagers, and we currently have a 2-year-old that we are fostering. And
the demand, you just at the last minute here getting some updated numbers,
yes.
But numbers tell quite a story, and that is the ratio of parents, foster parents in the Evansville area as opposed to 1,000 kids who need parenting.
Yes, so currently we have around 160 foster homes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times kids, that 160 is not enough. Kids are placed out of county. They're placed far away from their families that are here. So if we could get 200 more foster homes, the world would be magnificent.
How do you do that, though? I mean, you work with the Department of Child Services in this area, but if you are interested in fostering, what step do you have to take? I mean, who do you contact? You?
Yeah, you
DCS?
You can call us, but we're just going to refer you somewhere else. You can call the Department of Child Services. The Villages is also, I don't know what you would call the Villages.
A foster community, they lean more towards adoption.
They're more of an agency.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Deborah Korn also has, you can call one of those 3 places if you were interested in fostering.
You know, there are so many kids who are very close to falling through the cracks. And when you talk about the kids that foster parents basically become temporary moms and dads to, we're talking about kids who have really been through a lot. And I won't say I can imagine because I can't, but describe some of the kids and the situations that they are in.
We've had one who I taught her in preschool, and I kind of fell in love with her and brought her home, got her in my house, placed with DCS. And you know, these kids come from such different, diverse backgrounds that they come with all kinds of challenges, and that's not seeing their siblings, that is behavior issues, that is things that you can't control in them, that you try and get them the best help that you can. And then we also do the little ones. We take 0 to 2. So then that becomes a physical challenge of being up all night and you're used to sleeping, and then you have a newborn straight from the hospital.
And fostering can be a temporary situation, or it could be a permanent situation if you choose to adopt. But those kids, whether they be a 5-year-old or a teenager that you've been with for some time, how hard is it to say goodbye? It's been good.
It is. That's the first thing that people say whenever you ask them about fostering. They're, well, how do you say goodbye? How do you not get too attached? These kids, they need somebody to get too attached. They need somebody to love them. They need somebody to be their family. So it is hard, but you have a support system that you cry and you just hope for the best for them, but you have to trust that you're doing the right thing by loving them.
And is there a stigma if you're a foster child, especially in school? You know, kids can be, sometimes peers can be cruel or what have you, and they don't mean to be, but to be a foster child, or should I say to be a child who has had foster parents, what goes with that, especially in a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old's mind? Is that...
I mean, that's a hard one to ask. I mean, you don't want to become their mom and dad. You want to establish that they do have a mom and dad who are doing the very best to hopefully try and get them back. The goal is always reunification. That's sending those kids back home. And so for them, you're just the temporary placement while those parents get back on the right track.
And you do work with several other agencies here in the tri-state.
Yes, we partner quite a bit with CASA. A CASA worker can bring the children that they are representing into our store, and they can shop and get the items that they need.
And this weekend's fundraiser is critical. And you actually won an award last night. I'm going to let you get to that first. Tell me about that briefly, if you can.
Yeah, we went last night and presented to the 100 plus women who care, and we were the recipient of their $10,000 award.
And where will that money go? How will that be used? I know it'll be used in a good way, but where will it go?
So, Borrowed Hearts, the #1 hindrance to foster parents or people deciding they want to foster is that they don't have child care. And so Borrowed Hearts is hoping to open a registered, licensed child care ministry. And so that $10,000 is one of our founding donations to start that ministry.
And this weekend's fundraiser, that's coming up on Saturday?
It is. It's Saturday, September, oh my gosh, it's not September.
April 27th.
April 27th.
Got ahead of me there.
I know, right? From 7 to noon at Christian Fellowship Church. All you can eat pancake breakfast, tons of family fun activities, $25 for a family, $5 for a child, $8 for an adult.
And if you can pull up the Borrowed Hearts Foundation website before we say so long, this will give you some idea about the mission of Borrowed Hearts and the need for fosters here in the tri-state. Well, Amanda Hughes and Katie Keister, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and good luck on your fundraiser this weekend, and thanks for enlightening us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.